First, an update on last night's sport results. Hawthorn defeated the Adelaide Crows 15 goals 14, 104 to 14-8, 92 in front of over 50,000 fans at the Adelaide Oval. In the NRL, Manly thrashed West Tigers 40 points to 8 to take the top spot on the ladder. Matt Tamua scored a hat-trick of tries as the Brumbies blasted the Western Force 47-25 to reach the Super 15 playoffs. And in the Tour de France, Stage 7 was won by Matteo Trentin in a mass sprint marred by 2 late crashes.
Oh yes, it's a very good morning, and good morning to you too, Jeremy. It's
good morning.
Great to be here for our first Ozsports FM show. And it looks like it was a pretty busy night in sport.
Yeah, the Crows had a loss last night, which is a bit disappointing for all those Crows fans out there. Hawthorn looking good again. Still on top spot in the AFL ladder, so I don't know, they've got a good chance of doing well in the finals.
They would. I guess the Port Power fans would hope that the Crows would have knocked off Hawthorn, so they could have tried to get the top spot back.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game for them against Richmond. I don't know, we'll see what happens there. They've got a few injuries with Angus Monfrey's out, and I think Dom Cassisi is going to be having the game off as well.
I think you might be right. Well, we might now go to our first song, and it's that great old sports anthem, Holy Grail by Hunters and Collectors, here on Ozsports FM.
The Nostro Mix.
So high.
This morning from the strangest dream. I was in the biggest army the world has ever seen. We were marching as one on the road to the Holy Grail. Started out seeking fortune and glory. It's a short song, but it's a hell of a story when you spend your lifetime trying to get your hands on the Holy Grail. But have you heard about the Great Crusade? We ran into millions and nobody got paid. Yeah, we raised 4 corners of the globe for the Holy Grail. There'll be nothing left to plunder when we stumble on the Holy Grail. We were full of beans
As we mentioned earlier, Matteo Trentin won the Tour Down Under, Stage 7, Tour de France, Stage 7. There was a couple of crashes earlier on, but one of the big issues that's come out of the Tour de France this year is spectators taking selfies in front of the peloton. What do you think of that, Darren?
It's dangerous. What else can you say? The riders are riding 100 Ks or really fast, and yeah, it's just so easy. As you've already stated, there's been a couple of accidents, and it doesn't take much to throw a rider off.
Yeah, so, there's not really any way to stop these spectators going on the track, because it's 170 kilometres of road, and, if there's just no possible, it's not logistically not possible. There has to be consequences for these people, though, because it is downright dangerous.
Oh, it is, absolutely. No, the Tour de France organising committee and I guess the local authorities have to work together to work out some way to control the fans.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I don't know, I think it's our culture these days. All these people wanting to get selfies instead of just enjoying the event. It's an amazing spectacle to just be at the Tour de France, I think, and we just have to stop and think about what we're doing before we do it. I mean, people have been injured, riders have been injured. It's just, it is dangerous, isn't it?
Oh, it is, and some of these accidents, luckily we've seen none of the accidents so far have been career-ending, but it wouldn't take much for something to happen to end a rider's career. And I work on the Tour Down Under, and Australian crowds are pretty good overall, with staying right off the main track. Yeah, so it's interesting just the difference in the fans and.
Well, the French really get into it, don't they? They do. They love the Tour de France. It's the biggest biggest sporting event for them for the year. Simon Gerrans from Green Edge, he had an issue following day one. He was three riders to fall off on the climb, known as bubble houses, due to crowd congestion. So they have to do something about it, because if it keeps on happening, it's just not good for the sport.
No, not at all. Have to totally agree. And yeah, I guess I don't know whether the riders have to come together and force the cycling governing body, the UCI, to enforce local authorities to do something, or
because I mean, it's not good for their. I mean, it could be career ending. You never know. These things happen. They're going 60 kilometres an hour, and Simon Yates, British rider, he said everyone is out there having fun, and lots of people don't realise we're coming past and at 60 k's an hour, and we use every inch of the road. If you look down and the spectators on asphalt, you're in their office, so to speak. So yeah, I mean, it's just. They have to do something about it, because it's not good for the sport.
No, not at all. And and even one rider last night was riding on the gravel on the side, so he wouldn't have been able to get past if there was people on the road. But I find people in the villages or just on the flats are okay. It seems to be as they're approaching, if it's a mountaintop finish, there's just 3, 4, 5, 6 rows deep, and they seem to encroach.
Yeah, they get a little bit excited. It's as the riders come past, they seem to want to get on the track, and I don't know, they just love it. I mean, you see all the drawings they write on the asphalt, and they just get into it. I think they just get a little bit overexcited and just start to crowd onto the road. It's just it's not a good look.
No, not at all. No. Okay, you're listening to Darren and Jeremy here on Ozsports FM. We'll be right back straight after this promo.
I didn't know what to say.
In the heat of the action, every choice you make has a huge impact.
You've got to make the right decisions. If you want to be a game changer,
you can't afford to take unnecessary risks
or rush into something that you might regret.
Whether you're in heavy traffic
or you've got room to move,
you still have to be in complete control.
Just one decision, one small thing,
one lapse in concentration,
and your whole world could change.
Australia A drew with India A last week. Mitchell Marsh managed to make a double century and a record partnership with Sam Whiteman. He made 174 as well, although they didn't manage to get a result in the end. It was a good game. We've also heard that Nathan Lyon will be added to the Australia A squad. Cricket Australia advises that they've added him to the squad for the second 4-day match against India A starting this Sunday in Brisbane. Selector on duty Darren Lehman and coach of the Australian team has said Nathan has been added to the squad to give him the opportunity to play some first-class cricket in preparation for Australia's upcoming tour against Pakistan in the United Arab Emirates in October. Lyon himself is currently in Brisbane training at the National Cricket Centre, and, well, it's obviously going to be good because he hasn't played cricket for a couple of months on a national scale. So what do you think of that, Darren?
Yeah, it'd be good to have Nathan back. I was listening to an audio grab, and hopefully we're going to hear the audio grab shortly. But he's just come back from overseas, and he's been working with Muriel on his bowling, and he said he's got some new tricks in his bag.
Yeah,
so
Murali's been showing him a few, the Duzera and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think so. So it'll be interesting to see what Nathan pulls out. But having him in the Australia A side is a really good benefit, I reckon.
Yeah, and even for the younger players in that team, I think it will be helpful. He's obviously played a fair few tests in the last few years, so he's got a reasonable amount of experience, even though he's still learning. I think, he can help out those players develop and get better. So,
absolutely. Let's hear an audio grab.
Michael, thoughts on the match?
It was a funny game of cricket, wasn't it? There was we had some good periods throughout the game. Obviously, an excellent fight back from where we were at the end of day 2. And today we gave ourselves half a sniff, but a partnership at the end there sort of squashed any hope of us getting a result that we were looking for.
Was it a sense of maybe an opportunity missed today?
Oh, not really. It was a pretty flat wicket. There were a couple of decisions that may have gone our way that may have changed the course of the match, but that's cricket and that's the way it goes. And it was pretty tough out there on all bowlers in the match to take wickets. So we were pretty pleased with the efforts of the guys. They stuck to their plans and fought really hard, and it just wasn't to be at the end.
What about your bowling plans today? It was quite late before James and Cameron both came on to bowl. Was that a conscious decision?
Not really. I think the guys up front did a really good job. We also had them 5 for 90, I think, at that stage. So, the guys were performing, and it was nice to have those two still up our sleeves, sort of thing, and to try to force it, from then on. But, unfortunately, a partnership got together, and the two Indian guys played really well there at the end.
From a batting perspective, you're probably the best person we can speak to, I guess. What did you make of the guys throughout the match?
Disappointing, obviously, to get in the position that we were on a good batting surface. To be 6 for 99 is not ideally where we would like to be. And then we saw a wonderful partnership between the two boys from Western Australia. So they certainly put their hands up and showed the rest of the batting order what was possible out there. So obviously very pleased for those two and the way they went about their innings. Under the pressure of what we were, 6 for 90 odd, and to go about their innings the way that they did, they both played exceptionally well.
Both Sam and Mitch, not a great deal of experience at international level or for Australia. How much work have you had to do with them?
Not much. I would say Justin Langer and the Western Australian staff have deserve a lot of credit there. They've been great. I've seen them the last couple of weeks up here, fantastic young kids. They work really hard, and it's great to see young players go out and score big hundreds. It certainly has been lacking around Australia for quite a few years now, and to see that level of performance from those two young men is very exciting for the future of Australian cricket.
And then looking ahead to the next match, what sort of changes do you make in terms of how you go about things, or what are you looking to sort of rectify?
Yeah, I don't think we'll change that much. Obviously, we'll assess conditions. We're going to play on the same wicket, I believe, so we'll see how that comes up. And obviously, we've got to see where we're at with our bowlers, and if there's niggles, and we may rest a couple of people. We've got a few people in our squad that we could call upon, so we'll assess that over the next couple of days. Have a look at the wicket and come up with an 11. It's, I don't think our batting will change that much. We'll just see how the bowlers come up.
Excellent.
comfortable in your skin? When does the strip begin? All the words we are fed and the need to belong, 'cause we can't get connected. Baby, try. Where has our innocence gone? Whisper and touch. Feels like we should start again. When does the strip begin? Summer taken, summer given, building bridges for the living. Summer taken, summer given. There's nothing if the truth won't survive. Where has your innocence gone? Do you just know too much? Are you comfortable in your skin? When does the strip begin? Summer taken, summer given, building bridges for the living. Summer taken, summer given back. There's nothing if the truth won't survive. Some days I'm everything I am. There's nothing if the truth won't survive. Some days I'm everything I am. There's nothing if the truth won't survive. Some days I'm everything I am. There's nothing if the truth won't survive. Summer taken, summer given, building bridges for the living. Summer taken, summer given, there's nothing if the truth don't survive. And where has innocence gone? Do we know too much? Are you comfortable in your skin? When does the strip begin?
Welcome back. We're just looking at Adelaide United. They take on Malaga on Friday 25th of July in an exhibition match for the LFP World Challenge. There's some exciting players coming from Spain. We've got Venezuelan Roberto Rosales, who has just agreed to terms with the club, with Malaga. So it's looking like it will be an exciting game being played at Adelaide Oval, so there looks like there'll be a reasonable crowd there. What do you think of this, Darren?
It's great to have a Spanish or an international team in Adelaide. Of course, the A-League All-Stars are taking on Juventus in Sydney. I think that might be either late this month or early next month, and that's being coached by Adelaide United's coach, Josep Gumba. So for people who can't get over to see the All-Stars take on Juventus, this is going to be great. And at Adelaide Oval, what a great venue. And they always seem to fill up Hindmarsh Stadium, Cooper Stadium now. So hopefully Adelaide United fans and just general soccer fans in Adelaide can get behind Adelaide United and sell out Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, what do you think of Adelaide Oval as a stadium for football? Because, I don't know, personally, I think that I feel a bit far away from the action because you're not on, you can't get like right on the sideline. You've got that little bit of distance across the ground. What do you think of that?
Good point. And taking it back to SNFL, I kind of feel that where, especially if you're on the ground, with SNFL, I kind of feel closer. But for soccer, that's a rectangle playing field. So, yes, you would, because you'd have quite a bit of space between the field and where the spectators were. So, I think you will feel kind of way back from the crowd. Compared to how close you get at Cooper Stadium, you have the net right in front of you.
That's
so
right. You feel really close to the game.
Yeah, it could have a different atmosphere there. It'd be interesting to see.
I guess like when I go to the cricket or the football at Adelaide Oval and you can sit like high up, you still feel like you sit like looking down and you still feel rather in the game. So I don't know, like I haven't been to a soccer match or football at Adelaide Oval before, and it'll be good to see like what it's like and the feel of it, especially because I don't think they've had a football match there since these new stadiums have been built.
No, we haven't. No. And this will be a good acid test for when Adelaide United, their first game is against Melbourne Victory in the 2014-15 A-League season, and that's going to be held at Adelaide Oval. So this will be a good test to see what the crowd's like and how the dynamics of the Adelaide Oval work with the crowd.
In terms of the game itself, what do you think, if Adelaide United do well, where could this lead?
Well, as you just read out in the press release, this could lead out into the LAP challenge. What, as far as I understand, is a club challenge in Spain. So this is kind of showcasing Adelaide United, and hopefully we can lead into playing in that challenge later on.
Yeah, so it's really could really open up doors for Adelaide United as well.
Absolutely. When Joseph Gomba, when he was on leave, he was in Spain and he was making all these connections, and so hopefully it all pays off and
bring some good players down here as well.
It is, because some of the matches. Yes, it could open up more opportunities for marquee players to play for Adelaide United and hopefully bring more international, Spanish teams, if we get into this tournament, down here for Adelaide soccer fans to see.
Yeah, we've definitely seen more international players coming down to the A-League, not necessarily Adelaide United, but David Villa from Spain is coming down for a while to play for Melbourne City, now Melbourne City after being renamed from Melbourne Heart.
Yeah.
That's giving the league more of a reputation as somewhere where people want to come and play. Maybe because Australia's good weather and people love Australia as a place to visit. But yeah, it's looking good. Like things are looking good for.
It is, and it's kind of like the whole idea of looking outside the box of not just because we play in the Asian Confederation due to our location, but it's good that the Adelaide United and Joseph Gumba are looking outside the box and looking at other international teams and not just looking at our closest neighbours in Asia.
Yeah. So are there any other international teams coming down to Australia to play? English teams coming down this year?
Not as far as I know. As I said, the only other international team I know, not to play Adelaide United, but is Juventus from Italy. But no.
Yeah, no. So that's on Friday the 25th of July at Adelaide Oval. Tickets are still available?
As far as I know, they are, yes.
So check that out and just get in there. It'll be good to see what Adelaide Oval's like. With the football. We'll be right back. This is Ozsports FM.
This is a game like no other, where they play for the jumper, not for glitz and glamour. They put their hearts and bodies on the line for the fans, and that's why we keep coming back, week after week. It's parking round the corner, standing on the boundary and catching up-close, in-your-face action. So bring your mates, bring the kids, and bring it on, because this is the SANFL IGA League. This is football.
Welcome back to Ozsports FM. We had the Adelaide Adrenaline play last Saturday and Sunday against the Melbourne Ice. It was quite an exciting weekend, actually. I was there myself. The Adelaide Adrenaline had won a couple of games over in New South Wales before returning to Adelaide to play the Melbourne Ice. They managed to shut out the Melbourne Ice in their first game 4-0 with Michael Will, English import, receiving the shutout. And then on Sunday, they came back from 2 goals down to force a shootout where they also won. We've got an interview with Ryan O'Hanley, the Adelaide Adrenaline coach, and I'll just play that for you right now.
In the timeout there, when you were 2-1 down?
Well, to be quite honest, we were just coming up with a bit of a playoff of the draw, and we're just sort of going through where we were going to contest if we lost the draw. After that, it's up to them because we had the timeout, and then we had a whistle right away, and another one. So it was just more about getting the right personnel out there, and I pulled Mans off and put up Wahib on, and Wahib's the one that pulled the trigger, right? But he's been hot. He was gassed. We thought we'll get him off, but he's been hot, so that we'll get him back on the first opportunity, and he came through for us.
Yeah, what did you think of Wahib tonight? He had a few good shots as well.
Fantastic. Yeah, he's playing really well. He's healthy. He's got energy. He's the last few weeks he's been outstanding. I mean, really, he's I can't really say enough about his play right now. He's all 3 zones. He's through the neutral zone. His back check is just tremendous. He's picking guys' pockets. He's just because he's so quick. He's so quick, and he's really using his agility and quickness. And guys, he's playing really well for us.
Yeah. What about you guys really kept at it even though you're 2-0 down? What was working?
We don't quit. Melbourne played a hell of a game. I'll be honest with you. We were lucky tonight. We had a couple bounces go our way in the end. They played an excellent game. We couldn't get any penetration into the tough area in front of their ice in front of their net. They played excellent in that part of the rink, and we played well defensively to keep it only 1-0, and then into the third 2-0. And look, but we just kept trying. We kept plugging away. We've done this a couple of times this year. We scored one late against the Ice Dogs last week. We won't quit. So we're never till the buzzer goes. The game's not over. We will not quit. So character group in there, and they came through tonight.
Yeah. What about the constant penalties? Was that
look, that killed our momentum in the third. I mean, we started with a 4-on-3 power play. We actually had that set up really well. We talked about it during the break. Liskey breaks a stick on an opportunity which could have made it 1-1. And then look, we got a lot of penalties. Look, we were reaching with the stick, so we're going to get called on those. I mean, it's I think we deserved. If we were back looking for them, we obviously we deserved them all, right? So we killed them.
Good penalty kills as well.
But it does. It really hurts your momentum. So when you're trying to get back into a game, killing penalties is the last thing you want to be doing. And it shortens your bench. My third line didn't get to play much because we're killing penalties, but that's hockey. We fought through it. We tied her up and won her in a shootout.
No worries. Thank you very much.
No worries.
The Nostro Mix.
So high. This morning from the strangest dream. I was in the biggest army the world has ever seen. We were marching as one on the road to the Holy Grail. Started out seeking fortune and glory. It's a short song, but it's a hell of a story when you spend your lifetime trying to get your hands on the Holy Grail. But have you heard about the Great Crusade? We ran into millions and nobody got paid. Yeah, we raised 4 corners of the globe for the Holy Grail. All the locals scattered, they were hiding in the snow. We were so far from home, so how were we to know? There'd be nothing left to plunder when we stumbled on the Holy Grail. We were full of beans, but we were dying like flies. And those big black birds, they were circling in the sky. And you know what they say, yeah, nobody deserves to die. I've been searching for an easy way to escape the cold light of day. I've been high and I've been low, but I got nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to go. I followed orders, God knows where I've been, but I woke up alone, all my wounds were clean. I'm still here, I'm still a fool for the Holy Grail. I'm a fool for the Holy
And you're back with Ozsports FM, here with Jeremy and myself, Darren. Our next sports article comes from the South Australian Road Racing Club. And they've got their annual The Hills to Henley event. And this is a lead up to the Adelaide Running Festival. And Ozsports FM will be down at Adelaide Oval. We're actually broadcasting on the newly named Telstra Plaza, what used to be the Southern Plaza, and so we'll be down there on the 24th of August. But to get you all fit and ready for the Adelaide Running Festival, it's the Hills to Henley. This is the annual river run follows the river torrents from Alphaston Primary School through the Linear Park, Elder Park and Benithan Park, and finishing at the Henley Sailing Club at West Beach. There's the 12 and 5 kilometre events. Follow out and the back courses along the River Torrens Linear Park, starting and finishing at the Henley Sailing Club. All entries close on 12 p.m. sharp on Friday the 25th of July. If you're an early bird and you live in the metropolitan Adelaide, your bib will be mailed to you. All other bibs will be available for collection from the South Australian Road Runners Club. Offers from 9am till 3pm on Thursday the 24th of July and 9am till 3pm on Friday the 25th of July. Bibs can also be collected at the venue on race morning. Please allow for plenty of time on the race morning to collect your bib. And make sure there will be no late entries for this event. You can apply online at www.sarrc.asn.au. And I'm sure we'll see you out there, won't we, Jeremy?
Oh, I better get training if I'm going to get out there. Haven't been running for a while, to be absolutely honest with you. More of a swimmer myself. I'd rather be in the pool than hit the track. But it's bound to be a great event, and you're going to hit it up.
Well, I was thinking about that. I think if I do, I think I might have to hit the 5K.
Oh, just the 5K? Oh, come on. Anyway, it should be fun. Should be a good event for everybody, I think.
Absolutely. Well, we've got quite a few running events. We've got the Hills to Henley. We've got the Adelaide running event that is around Bonython Park, Elder Park, that whole area. And then in
September, the City to Bay. Is that where you're going out?
Yes, the City to Bay. So it's no excuse to participating in one or all of these great events. And as I said, we'll be out Adelaide Oval out the front of Telstra Plaza on Sunday the 24th of August for our live broadcast.
We'll be right back with you just after the ad.
That's right.
If you can run,
you can run.
If you can kick,
you can kick. If you can score,
you can score.
Whether a person is gay or straight
shouldn't matter in sport.
Ability, attitude,
and effort is what counts.
If you can play, you can play.
If you can play,
you can play.
If you can play,
you can play.
if you can run, you can run.
If you can kick,
you can kick. If you can score,
you can score.
Whether a person is gay or straight
shouldn't matter in sport.
Ability, attitude,
and effort is what counts.
If you can play,
you can play.
If you can play,
you can play.
If you can play,
you can play.
Welcome back to Ozsports FM. You're here with Darren and myself, Jeremy. Well, there's a massive event on Monday morning, bright and early for us. It's going to be an interesting work day, nice and early, 4:30am. What's happening, Darren?
Well, it would be the World Cup final, and it's between Germany and Argentina. Bit of a surprise there that I've always been on Germany from the start, but I've been told from people I've been talked to, laughed and told, nah, Germany can't. It'll be Spain or Brazil. Yeah, surprise! Germany's made it, and they be playing against Argentina.
Yeah, it's interesting because we all expected Brazil to be there. Myself, I was hoping for a Brazil-Argentina matchup in the final, and it looked like it might be likely. But then, obviously, Germany came back and won 7-1 and thrashed Brazil, sending the place into a bit of turmoil. Who do you think is going to win this one, Darren?
Well, I might as well stay with Germany. I think Germany will win, but I think Argentina might give them a run for their money. And
yeah. With Lionel Messi, can he perform on the day? Like, that's one of the big things. And I mean, I've seen a few articles about the place about how Argentinians don't really like Lionel Messi all that much. But he's come out and he scored a few goals in this tournament and really proved himself at an international level. But I don't know, like Germany after their 7-1 victory against Brazil. Are they going to become a bit complacent? We'll see. I mean, that was an easy win for them. I mean, almost all too easy. And, they're going to have to come out and really come hard against the Argentinians because they'll give it all they've got.
Oh, they will. It's going to be a great final and two really good teams. And, yeah.
Personally, I'd like to see Argentina win, especially in Brazil. It's good. I mean, Brazilians don't really like Argentinians, and I mean to see Argentina win would just be, I don't know, it would top it off. I think after seeing Brazil knocked out.
Oh, it would absolutely, yes. I don't think I'd like to be in Brazil if Argentina do take it out, or be an Argentinian fan.
Yeah, it could be an interesting way to end the World Cup, especially with a lot of Brazilian fans expecting their team to be there. But I don't know. I think Argentina, even though they've made the final, they have struggled a little bit. They went to penalties against the Netherlands, so there's always a bit of fatigue around there, and they played a day after Germany as well. So hopefully they're fresh enough. I don't know. I know Germany may take it out, but we'll have to wait and see until 4:30 Monday morning, and have to wake up early and sit in front of the TV. I think.
Yeah, I think so. I was actually trying to convince some of the other people who work at Hub Adelaide, where we're broadcasting from, that we should actually have it up on our big screen upstairs, but no one would get up that early. So
well, Uni SA have got they're showing it at their main campus in the City West. So it'll be like a lock-in. So I may check that out. I don't know if I can roll out of bed on these cold early mornings and make my way into the city. I think I'd rather just rug up on the couch and watch it there.
Yeah, I think that's what I might have to do, yes. Yep. Okay, well, that's been Ozsports FM. Thank you to Jeremy for joining me today. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. I'm off to Victoria next week for a couple of things, so we'll be back in a couple of weeks to bring you another Ozsports FM. Thanks for joining us.
See you then.